if you are one person that has been trying so hard to save, but as soon as something comes up, you use your savings to fix whatever problem that might have occurred. So I today am someone who is going to be breaking down what can you do to stop all of that from happening. Okay, we need to make 2025 our best financial year ever. So how we are going to be doing that is I am personally going to be using a journal that I purchased from Jennifer Ngumalo, and it is called Every Cent Financial Journal. This is the journal in question. Okay, so I'm going to be breaking down and I'm going to be diving deep into this journal and how we are going to be using this journal to better ourselves and to get our finances in order. Without wasting any further time, let's dive right into this video. Okay, firstly, I'm gonna review just how this journal feels like, the texture and everything. So it is light, but not too light as well, and it is not too big. It's not like a diary. I have a diary over there. I do have a diary over there. It's 2024 diary. I'm not sure if this camera can show that side, but I do have a diary, and that diary is too big, like it's very big. However, this journal is like, it's light, it's neat, it's well structured, and if you open on the inside, this is your very first page that you see. There's a nice bit of deco in there, and this is where I'm just gonna hide my number. This is where you put your details and everything, and then it's what's written here. Please take a screenshot, pause the video, take a screenshot of what's written inside here, and then yeah, we're gonna just dive right into it. Now I've already written my information in here and the things that I'm gonna be saving on and everything. So I received this journal yesterday, and immediately when I got it, I just went straight into it. I started doing my financial tracking and everything inside. So some of the things here I'm not going to be showing you guys, but lucky for me, I did shoot a video before I started writing those things inside there. So I'm going to be showing you that video and everything there. So yeah, that's the full review. This thing, or this book, has been well written, well thought out, and it didn't leave anything to chance. I was scared when I was doing it because it was challenging me and my finances, and it made me realize that there's a lot of work that I need to do this year. That was my honest opinion about this book and this journal, and also it just challenged me so much, and it made me realize that I thought I had things figured out, but there's a lot of work to do. But I am not afraid. I am not bothered by that, because I know that I am a hard worker, and I'm definitely going to be using this to better my life and to have a better 2025. So now the first part of this book, or the very first thing that you can fill in on this book, is your fixed and your variable expenses. Now on your fixed section, that's where you actually put in your rent, your cell phone bills, your car loans, your insurances, and all the things that you know that these things are fixed. These are probably like your debit orders that normally go in as soon as you get paid at work. And then your variable expenses, those where you put your groceries and your petrol and all those things, you know, your electricity, all those ones that are variable, because sometimes you put in this much, sometimes you use this much. So those are variable, those one are fluctuating amounts. And then in your fixed amounts, those are the things that are always going off as soon as you get paid. Those are your payments that you need to do. And then the second part of this is going to be your debt tracker. Now on this part, I did not fill in anything because I do not have any occurring debt or any current debt that I am currently paying. I did not put my cell phone debt in there because I feel like it's also one of the fixed expenses that I have to. I don't look at it as a debt, but I look at it as an expense. So I did not put it in there because I honestly don't have any debts that I'm paying off. I used to, last year I had a clothing debt, or a Foschini, not a Foschini, but a TFG account that I was paying, but now I no longer have it because I paid it off last year, and I am not planning on opening it or taking anything on credit anytime soon, because there's certain things that I am looking forward to doing. So no, I don't have any debt currently. However, this does not mean because I don't have any debt, you don't have any debt. You can actually use this journal specifically and perfectly because it outlines just what you can put in there. So I'm going to show you guys here. It says the debt name. You have to put in the debt name. Let's say it's your Foschini account. You have to put in your Foschini account name here, and then the minimum repayment, and then there's also opening balance, and then the amount of money, the opening balance that you want to put in for your debts, probably like your initial amount, and then go monthly repayments, how much you want to actually pay off that debt each and every month, and then the interest rates, and also goal pay off date. So when do you want to pay this entire debt off? So this is actually powerful. This is actually powerful because it gives you a clear outline of how much debt that you have, and also how much you're planning on paying forward each and every month. So it's actually a good way to track how you are progressing, or are you doing what you're supposed to be doing when it comes to repaying all of your debts. And then the third part is your savings and your investment tracker. Now, this is the one that I actually got excited about because this is where I actually want to focus on this year, my savings and my investments. So I did put in there on my savings that I'm saving for a bike, and I'm also saving for an emergency fund. And the third one that I'm saving for, I'm not going to mention because it's a bit personal, but the two main things that I'm saving for this year is my emergency fund and my bike. So it also outlines just how much you are planning on saving and how much you are willing to put on a per deposit. For the first month, you are going to deposit this amount, and then every single month you are going to be paying X amount of money. So it gives you a column where it says how much you have budgeted and actually how much did you actually pay on that month. So it gives you your clear amount, your imaginary amount, or the amount of money that you want to pay, and then how much you did pay off on your savings and investment, which is actually good because it keeps you on track. I cannot emphasize that. It keeps you on track. If you want to budget but you actually don't budget the amount of money that you want to budget, this book will actually show you that you are not being loyal to your savings. You need to actually track your savings, and you need to be strict with your savings. So I like that about this journal, because if you are budgeting a certain amount of money, let's say you're budgeting 1,000 rands for a bike each and every month, and you're actually paying 500 rands, you need to record that you've paid 500 rands. Then when you go back and when you track and you see, okay, I am not being consistent, it will allow you to be consistent, because you cannot lie to your own self. You need to be accountable for everything that you do. And then there is also the quarter goal setting. Now, that one is actually you setting up your goals. Like, it can be your financial goals, your personal goals, your health and wellness goals, and also your career goals. Now, you need to outline each and everything. It gives you two sets of choices, like if you have a personal goal, what is that personal goal that you have? Your financial goals, like if you have two financial goals, that, like me, my financial goal is to have an emergency fund this year and also to buy a bike. Now, those are my goals. Now, it's a quarterly financial tracker, and now each and every 4 months I will have to revisit and check just how well I did in the last 4 months. Okay, did I do well? Did I actually live up to my tracking and all those things? It is a very beautiful section where you can actually outline and think about your life. And what's nice about this is it challenges you. You don't have to actually put in your life where you are right now. Okay, but when it says quarterly goals, you have to sit down and just think about me after 4 months, where I am, and write down where you are currently in your 4 months. You need to live, or you need to imagine who you want to become and make it a present tense. Write it in present tense that I am currently working for company X and I am actually a manager of that company and I'm earning this amount of money and I am doing this and this and this. I'm driving this car right now and I'm doing this. So it gives you a well thought out vision where you can actually vision where you want to be, and also track your money and become strict and direct with your money, because if you're not doing that, then you are not using the book to its full effect. And then there's also a monthly action list, which is monthly action list for your goals, specifically for your goals. Now, this one, I like it because it is a section that it allows you to say, which steps are you taking to reach those specific goals? Now, what steps are you taking to reach a specific goal? So if I am to buy a bike, what did I do this month to take you a step further or step closer into acquiring a bike? Now, I would actually have to go there and say, I went on to put in an initial deposit, or I went on to put in more money, or this week my side hustle paid me more money than I actually thought I would get, and then I actually put in an additional amount to get me a step closer into getting into acquiring that bike. Like things like that. What did you do this month in order for you to get you closer to your goal or whatever it is that you are set out to do? We have also this thing called the monthly budget. Now this one is this is the one that gave me a bit of a scare, because guys, this one actually stripped me naked, and it made me realize that there's a lot that I need to do. Now I have it here. I'm just gonna read down because, excuse me. The first thing it says is it has your income source. So if you have multiple income streams, you're going to have to outline them, write them all down. I wrote here my work and my bike. So my work and my side hustle. Now, those are the only two things that are bringing in money consistently each and every month, right, at the moment. So I'm not going to be writing YouTube because I haven't been monetized yet, and I'm not going to write this other business that I'm still going to talk about with you guys because it hasn't brought in any money yet. So I'm going to be writing the things that are currently bringing in money, because that's how I track. You can't track with something that is not there currently. And then you write out the date and the expected amount for that month, and then you put in the total at the bottom there. And then the section that says expected is the monthly expectation, or the monthly amount that you are expecting from your work. And then the actual amount, you are going to fill this out as soon as you receive that amount, whenever you get it. So the actual amount, that's where you put in how much you've received when you've received it. So, and then there's the savings also. So the savings part is like, I'm saving for a bike and an emergency fund, and then you actually put in how much are you budgeting for that month. I'm budgeting X amount of money for my bike, X amount of money for my emergency fund, and X amount of money for the other thing, right? And then you put in the total down there. So that's how it actually works. And then your debts, if you have a car loan or a home loan or whatever, you put in the home loan amount, and then how much you have budgeted for the home loan amount, and actually how much did you put in for that actual loan that you put in there. And then you have your fixed expenses and your variable expenses. It goes back to what I was saying before, your life covers, your trackers, your cell phone bills and all those things, your rent. Those are all your fixed amounts, and how much did you budget for them and how much did you actually pay for those things. And it goes on to say your variable amounts, the same thing happens there. And then on to the next page, it is your weekly budget, okay? Like what week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. So on your first week, what are you budgeting for the first week? Probably if you have a car, you're just gonna say week 1 is my petrol and my groceries, and week 2 your groceries, and so on and so on and so on. So that's how it works. And then this is the part that I like a lot, because I feel like this one is gonna help a lot of people that are unable to track or reckless spending, you know, when you're using your credit card and as soon as you go to the mall, you just spend without even being aware that you're spending or you're overspending. So this section is called the cash stuffing. So the cash stuff, you need to have a huge amount of money, cash amount with you all the time. So you stuff the money that you need for all your expenses for the rest of the month. So it's going to be your week one amount. Probably you're going to write it and say groceries. I'm saving probably 500 for groceries this month. You're going to stuff 500 rands for week one. And then your next page will be your petrol. You are probably going to be spending, you're going to be filling up the entire petrol. Probably your car is costing you around about 1,000 rands on petrol, on fuel. You're just going to fill up, you're going to put 1,000 rands in there on your cash stuffing, and so on and so on. These are the all the things that you're going to be needing money for the rest of the month. You are going to stuff your money in there so that you don't actually spend more than you should. So I actually love this. I enjoyed this one a lot, because this is actually going to be helping me not to overspend and not to spend without my knowledge, or not even being conscious about what I'm spending my money on. This I like very much. So I love this very, very, very much. And then this is the one that is a summary of everything. Now it says the summary of your income. So this is what you do. It says here, income, savings, debt, fixed expenses, and your variables. So every single thing that you have filled out throughout this entire month's expenses or budgeting and everything. So you will actually minus every single thing from your income. So you're going to include every amount of money that you are getting on your income. For me, it's my work. So my 9 to 5 is paying me, and also it's my employment and my bike business, my side hustle. So these two amounts, I'm going to add them together, and every single thing I'm going to be subtracting from that amount. So let's say, for example, I'm getting my side hustle and my employment money is giving me 10,000 rands. This is an example. And then I'm going to have to minus my savings, my debts, my fixed expenses, my variable expenses, and then I get whatever amount that I'm getting. I'm going to be putting it underneath the total amount or the balance amount. So if your balance is negative, then you know that you are actually overdrawn. Okay, you have to fix certain things. Okay, so that's how it works. Basically, that is everything that is inside this book. And also the last part is your monthly check-ins. Okay, you need to check how did you actually perform this month, what did you do right, what did you do wrong, just to check actually how exactly are you performing in this thing. So yeah, guys, I think I have said everything that is inside this book. It is a lovely book, it is a lovely journal, and I would highly recommend you. And I don't know if I've done justice to it, but I don't know. I'm going to be doing another video on this book, and I'm going to be making sure that I become accountable every single time that I put in whatever information that I'm putting in here, because this is my life in one book. This is literally going to be my entire life in one book, and how I actually progress and become a better person. This is going to be helping me become that person. And also, if I need to become a better version of myself, I'm going to be needing this book as well, The Atomic Habits by James Clear. I've spoken about this book before, and let me tell you something. This is a work of genius. This is a work of genius. And this is actually going to help me become accountable. This is going to help me become a better person. This is going to help me become accountable and track my movements and my finances. So if you have this jewel right here, you will have the best 2025 you could ever imagine. And also, if you like what you see here, please go ahead and watch this video. It will give you a better side hustle that actually pays, and it really pays well. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you again on another video.